Hey everyone, I've been using the AirPods Pro 2 almost every day for the last 150 days. I've also posted just over 150 videos covering true wireless earbuds, so I've got a bit of an idea of the true wireless market. And out of all of the buds that I have covered, I can say the AirPods Pro 2 are one of the most well thought out buds that I've ever tested, but they still have their issues. So think of today's video as kind of a delayed review, but it's more of an in-depth analysis where I'll go into detail about more random things that I wouldn't add to my normal videos. Starting with the fit of the buds. Now, fit is different for everyone, but at least for me, these are one of the most comfortable earbuds that I've ever tested. And there's a reason why so many earbuds just copy the ergonomics of the AirPods. It just works. Out of the box, they come with the medium ear tips on, and that provides the best comfort for me. I can wear the buds continuous for hours with no issues, and they stay in my ears surprisingly well when I'm exercising, especially when I'm running. They don't move out at all, and there's very minimal body-borne noise from the impact that you make on the ground, as well as hearing your own breathing. And when it comes to weight training, they also stay in my ears really well. They barely budge around. If I'm going through some hard sets, making some weird training faces, they do budge out ever so slightly, but I'm only having to readjust every now and then. I do notice the buds budge out a little bit more if I'm talking for a long period on the phone. That's where I'll just go and grab my AirPods 3 because they don't have an ear tip, and they just stay in my ears a lot better when I'm on phone calls. But thankfully there is a way to fix this slight budge out problem with today's sponsor of the video, SpinFit. SpinFit make medical grade silicone ear tips for tons of true wireless earbuds and IEMs, and their latest product, the super fine ear tips, are designed specifically for AirPods Pro Generation 1 and Generation 2. They come in 5 different sizes, the ear tips fit in the charging case, and the tips are built with an IP54 dust and water resistant mesh to protect the drivers, and the patented 3D access allows the ear tip to spin fit to your specific ear canal shape. But most importantly, the silicone SpinFit uses has more grip than the included ear tips, which minimizes the amount the buds budge out of my ear when I'm on phone calls. So with the SpinFit ear tips, I'm rarely having to readjust, all while retaining the same great comfort. So check the links in the description, grab a pair of superfine ear tips for yourself, and thank you SpinFit for sponsoring today's video. All right, now we're gonna spend a bit of time and talk about the case because you're getting industry-leading features here. It's one of the few cases that is actually IPX4 water resistant. You got the lanyard loop, which I've never used. I've never seen anyone use it, but if you do use it, leave a comment down below, let me know. I'm sure there's at least one person out there using it. You also get the best Find My Case feature, which I'm sure you've all seen. It's got speakers built into the case. I turn it off because if I'm using the earbuds late at night, my girlfriend's asleep, she's gonna wake up, it's not a good time. And when it comes to the size and total battery life you're getting, easily one of the slimmest cases out there. And that's why I'm always comparing all the earbuds that I test to the AirPods Pro 2 case because it's the thinnest and the most compact and has the most battery life. 30 hours in total, and that's with noise canceling on. That is if your case doesn't have battery drain issues, which my first pair did. I'll notice overnight it would lose about 10 to 15% battery, and I just noticed the case would die a lot faster than it should. So for anyone that thinks only budget earbuds have issues with quality control, Apple has it as well. My first pair of AirPods 3, as soon as I took them out of the box, the right earbud would distort really easily. It happens, but the main thing is the customer service you get. With Apple, it's really good. I went to the Apple store, they replaced the case, now there's no issues. So no matter how expensive your earbud is, all the brands are gonna have an issue. The most important factor is the customer service. But it's not just the case that's industry leading. In my opinion, it's something even more important, and that's with controls. I'm a massive fan of Force Touch since the original AirPods Pro. It takes away the issue of accidentally activating your touch controls, and you don't have to worry about physical buttons pressing the earbud into your ear canal. But it's not just the Force Touch. The AirPods Pro 2 are one of the 2 earbuds, at least from what I've tested, where you can control everything: play, pause, skipping tracks forward and back, noise canceling control, as well as adjusting volume up and down, all on just the one earbud. And that's thanks to the new swipe gesture, which you just swipe up and down on the earbud to increase or decrease volume. It did take a bit of time for me to get used to, but once you do get used to it, super handy. And the always on Siri is the icing on the cake. One of the features that it's a small thing, but I'm in the Apple ecosystem. I use an iPhone, MacBook Pro, always on Siri, very handy. I mainly just use it for timers when I'm cooking, but it's good to have. I'm not at the level of using always on Siri in public, although it would be very handy at the gym, just setting some timers with my earbuds in. I'm just not at that level yet. There's only one other earbud that I've tested, the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2, that allow full control on just the one earbud. They also use a swipe gesture for volume up and down, but the AirPods swipe gesture, a little bit more intuitive. You get a nice click feedback, so you know when you're actually increasing and decreasing your volume. Now, sadly, you can't customize the controls. You can change the long hold to either be Siri or noise canceling control, but I personally don't think you need to have any customization when it just works so well to start with. You do get some sneaky customization in the accessibility section. This includes the speed required to double tap or triple tap, how long you need to hold on the earbud to activate the noise canceling, and how long you need to wait to swipe up and down for the volume control to reduce accidental touches. I have it on default, but it's there if you need. And you also have the option to have noise canceling on in just one earbud if that is something that you are looking for. I never really understood why people would want to do this, but the other day I was lying down on my pillow and sometimes I just have one earbud in my ear and my other ear is free to rest on the pillow, and that would actually work so you can still block out noise while you get natural noise canceling from the cushion of the pillow. And also, people that say they can side sleep with AirPods Pro in, let me know if you can, because I just can't. I don't know how. Like, it's just gonna, I think you have to have a really soft pillow or something, but let me know in the comments if you can sleep on your side with AirPods Pro. I can't do it with any earbud, so I don't know if it's just my ears, but let me know. Now let's talk about connectivity. I know a lot of people complain that Apple isn't using any high resolution codecs, or I think they got a new codec they're working on that's kind of like a rumor or something, but you're not getting any high res LDAC or anything like that. I have a bit of a rant when it comes to high resolution codecs, because at least in my testing, comparing AAC, which is what Apple uses, to LDAC, if you're not using high quality streaming, which a lot of people aren't, you're gonna get maybe like a 2% increase in sound quality, where if you're using high quality streaming like Tidal or Apple Music, then you can expect another couple of percent increase, but it's really not a massive increase. AAC is completely fine. But what I noticed isn't spoken about too much is gaming latency, because if you're using AirPods Pro on an Apple device, you get some of the lowest latency you can get. I test all my earbuds because they all advertise like 20 milliseconds, 60 milliseconds of latency, which is just not true. So my actual testing, the lowest you can get is about 160 milliseconds. That's gonna be usually with aptX on an Android device with the earbud that has a low latency gaming mode. Now with the AirPods Pro 2 in my test, I got 184 milliseconds, and that's on an iPhone 12 Pro. So pretty close to the lowest latency that you can get. Great if you're into fast reaction games like shooters. If you use them on an Android device though, it is gonna be a little bit higher, just over 280 milliseconds. So this is where you start to see AirPods Pro, it just works great with Apple devices. And I'm at the stage now where I just edit my videos with my AirPods Pro or my AirPods 3. And that's actually with DaVinci Resolve, so it's not software made by Apple, but it still has incredibly low latency. Next, I'm gonna talk about seamless switching between Apple devices, another great Apple ecosystem feature that keeps me trapped in the Apple ecosystem, which is fine because it works very well. It actually didn't work that well for a while though. I did a poll not too long ago. I think I got about close to 100 votes asking people how seamless the seamless switching was with their AirPods Pro, Pro 2 and AirPods 3. It was only around 30% that said it actually worked seamlessly. And from my testing, the issue I noticed for me was my iPhone was updated to the latest OS. My MacBook Pro, I thought it had automatic updates on. I hadn't updated it for like a year and a half. So once I updated my MacBook Pro, then the seamless switching actually became seamless. It still doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's near flawless. It works very well. If you're having issues with the seamless switching, make sure your devices are fully updated. Now, before we talk about noise canceling, if you're enjoying this style of video, please chuck a like down there. It really does help the video out. Now, the noise canceling of the AirPods Pro 2, they're quite renowned to have some very strong noise canceling. Here's my noise canceling ranking with all the latest earbuds that I have tested. And you can see the AirPods Pro 2 in that number 2 spot, just behind the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2. The noise canceling is really strong, but something I noticed, like I said, I like the medium ear tips. They provide the best comfort, but I have pretty large ear canals. The large ear tips also fit me quite well, and that will also improve the noise canceling ever so slightly. So a nice little feature there, if you can fit the larger ear tips, try them out. You'll probably notice you get slightly stronger noise canceling. And this is the same for the SpinFit ear tips as well. But the large ear tips, it just feels like a lot more in my ear canal. So I just use the medium ear tips. Even though the noise canceling isn't as strong, it's still incredibly strong. It's still in the number 2 spot with the medium ear tips. Now, industry leading feature number 3 is the transparency mode. It's still the most natural. It's just really easy to hear things, hear conversations. And the biggest difference between other earbuds that I've tested is that it allows you to hear your own voice very well, where most earbuds, you can hear surroundings and things in front of you quite well. But when it comes to your own voice, The AirPods Pro 2 just get it really well. Where a lot of earbuds, it's a little bit hard to hear your own voice. You can kind of hear a bit of like an echo in your own head kind of thing, if that makes sense. So AirPods, no issues at all there. And they also have adaptive transparency, which will minimize loud sounds, which other earbuds have also tried. The Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2 did it, but it's very unnatural. I'll be in the gym and like someone will drop a weight quite quietly, and then the transparency mode will kind of switch off and then it'll kind of come back in. Very unnatural. AirPods Pro 2, it's a nice smooth decrease and increase in volume. And something I noticed about the transparency mode just the other day, it could be because my AirPods Pro are recently updated to the latest firmware, but they have the best wind noise reduction with the transparency mode as well as with noise cancelling. So when the microphones pick up wind, it'll slowly turn the transparency and noise cancelling strength down to reduce the amount of wind that comes in through the microphones. And it's not going to completely block out the wind noise, but it reduces it to the point of not being annoying, where a lot of other earbuds I've tested from Sony, Soundcore, Nothing, all have wind noise reduction, but it's super noticeable where they will just turn the transparency or noise cancelling off. Then you have to wait for it to turn back on. It's very sudden, where with the AirPods Pro 2, it's a super smooth transition. So they know what they're doing with transparency mode. But what's more impressive with the transparency mode is the customization you get in the app. So this is kind of hidden, it's in accessibility. Then you go to headphone accommodations, scroll to the bottom and then choose transparency mode. And you have tons of customization in there. How loud it is, left and right ear balance, how bright and how dark the sound is, conversation boost. So you can really tweak it and make it work even better for you. And another feature I found that is kind of like a spy transparency mode. I found this out on a short on CEO and the Makings channel. If you're not subscribed to CEO and the Making, be sure to do it. I'm sure you all are though. But this feature is called Live Listen. You can add this in the control center settings on your phone. And I never knew what it actually did, but basically what it does, you leave your phone wherever you want, have your AirPods in, and your phone will pick up whatever sound is around it. Basically, it's a spy feature. You could just leave your phone lying, lock the screen, no one's gonna know it's even on, and you can hear someone's conversation in like a couple of rooms away as long as your AirPods are still connected to your phone. Very sus, but it's there if you need it. So some great customization when it comes to the transparency mode, but where the customization is really lacking is with the sound quality. And this is my only real major complaint with the earbuds. I wish they had an EQ or at least some nice sound personalization. Now the sound quality of the AirPods Pro 2, right out of the box, they sound great. One of my favorite balanced tunings, nice deep sub bass, crisp treble, very forward mids, great soundstage, instrument separation. You probably heard it. Everyone likes the sound of the AirPods Pro 2. I really do like them, but I also like a little bit more bass boosting, a little bit more energy with my sound if I'm in the mood for some more over the top electronic music, hardstyle, trap and dubstep, things that really get me going in the gym. I just want a more bass booster tuning when I'm not going to be like intricately listening at home, which is mainly what I use the AirPods Pro for, editing videos, watching movies, listening to songs more intricately. But yeah, if I'm in the mood for more bass booster tuning, I'm going for my Sennheiser Momentum 3 True Wireless earbuds. They just have way more versatility with the sound, great bass boost options. You got EQ. You can push the Momentum 3 to some ridiculous over-the-top bass levels. It's incredibly fun, and that's why they're my go-to training bud, even though they don't fit as well as the AirPods Pro 2. Because the AirPods Pro, the way they're tuned, if you had some nice freedom with an EQ, you could get them to some crazy bass boosted levels, really tweak them to what you like. So I feel like it's just a missed opportunity. You do get some like sound personalization where you can upload an audiogram, which is like a hearing test. I had to do some digging into this. So I went to the Health app, and Apple actually recommends some hearing tests that you can download and that would give you an audiogram. So I ran through one of the tests. I actually got 95% for my hearing, which going to like 50 music festivals and being a drummer for most of my earlier years, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. And this is an app Apple recommended. Didn't get an audiogram at the end. It took about 10 minutes. So I tried another app. I think it's called the Me listening test. 10-minute test, very thorough. I got no hearing loss issues again, which is good to hear. I did get an audiogram this time, uploaded it to the app. It didn't recognize it for some reason. So nice one, Apple. They do have a quick built-in hearing test, but it just did nothing for me. It's not a proper hearing test. So I don't know. A lot of earbuds today have really solid sound personalization from Soundcore, Jabra. The Nothing Ear 2 have some of the best I've ever tested, and it's all built into the app. So it's a missed opportunity. You do get some sort of sound customization in the accessibility section, but all you can really do is increase mids and increase treble. You can't play around with the bass, and you just don't get enough freedom to make them sound what you actually want them to sound like. The only proper customization you get is spatial audio, which I don't mind on some songs, but 50% of the songs, it sounds a bit echoey with kick drums. Vocals and instrumentation can start to sound a little bit weird, but I did find it kind of opens up the bass response. It sounds a lot better with bass, but a lot of the time it sounds pretty weird. I tried the spatial audio personalization. That makes it sound even worse for me. I have heard it working for a lot of people, but I guess it just, for my ear canal, it just didn't work for some reason. But still, the tuning out of the box, it's a great balanced tuning, and the AirPods Pro 2 are my current bud I go to where I'm really focusing on the music that I'm listening to. And I must say that their low volume listening on the first few clicks, also industry leading there. They actually retain a lot of sub bass extension, and the treble stays nice and crisp at those lower volumes, where most earbuds lose a lot of the bass and treble at those lower volumes. So the sound customization, it's the only real issue I have with them. And if you want to use them with an Android device, it's probably not worth it. You're probably better off going for another earbud. And that other earbud might be the Nothing Ear 2, which I compared to the AirPods Pro in this video right here. So check that out. In the meantime, stay picky. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.